here, and it's so cold. Of course, you know, beside that water, no trees, nothing to block. I put my gloves on, so excuse me for the shaky video. But we're back at it again. We're out at Lakeshore Trail here at Cedar Hill, so I'm all, you know, got everything on. So I'm not really that cold, as long as the wind is not blowing. I got gloves on, and so Trina got her motivation music on. And as you can see, what a beautiful view. Cold view, but beautiful view. So we're gonna take you along with us on this hike. Weight loss. You know, I gotta lose a little bit of this neck here. And it's sort of about how I look, but it's also about longevity. If I'm gonna be here for the next 30, 40, 50, I don't know how many years that God is gonna allow me to be here, but if I am gonna be here, I would rather be here healthy. So I'm gonna have to hold this up high so y'all not staring at my triple neck here. So I learned that trick from Debbie Allen from Fame in other series that she was on Rocker Fame, but a friend of mine and I were shooting some video for her, and we had her at the top of the stairs. She was looking down at us. She was like, I'm gonna teach you boys something that's gonna stay with y'all for the rest of your career. You have me on the bottom step where I have to look up to you. And I seen the rolls up under my neck, and that made so much sense. And so ever since then, I understand that when you're shooting people who are conscious about their weight, you want to shoot them to where, when I say shoot them, video them. Let's not chop this up into a video. I said chop this up, that's even worse. So let's produce a video of them by having them look up instead of down. I'm gonna start taking some vitamins today. Good morning, everybody. We're out, very cold walk. You can see we're right by the, well, you can't see that now because the, what is this, cattail reeds, I think, or
yeah,
this blocking. That's not cattail reeds. Whatever that is blocking the view. But now we can get past this, and you'll be able to see that water is choppy. So we're out by the water. Won't be taking any swimming lessons today. All right, so because of the wind, but thank you for joining me. If you like what you've seen, please like and subscribe, and follow. Thank you for the like. Well, happy birthday to you. What is it? Corrupted. Yeah, happy birthday to you. You want to sing happy birthday?
Sure.
All right. Happy birthday. You know, we can't be having two different notes over here now.
Happy birthday.
I'll let you have it. I do, Fred.
Happy birthday to you.
That sounded good. Appreciate you stopping by on your birthday. Could be doing anything like enjoying your birthday. But you know, stop by and say hello to us this morning. Oh, she snatched your nose ring. Oh, no problem. We appreciate you. Thank you, everybody. Maybe y'all can say happy birthday as well That'll be a great gift. Say happy birthday. Also, if you get time, I got something in my eye, so you gotta forgive me. If you get time, please like and subscribe. Which way we going? Down here? You got your dirt? This is where we are today. Here in Cedar Hill at Cedar Hill State Park. Good morning. Who is that? Take my shades off. Jocelyn 9288. Thank you for joining us this morning. We're here at Cedar Hill State Park, just taking a stroll around the lake. And yeah, we're having a good time here. It is like 53 degrees. The sun is starting to come out, so I think it's getting a tad bit warmer. But appreciate y'all. Please subscribe to the channel as we stick with our weight loss goals. Not only that, but this channel is dedicated to the transformation. That is my mission, is to help people transform their minds and, to positivity, as I had to. I went through some things and I was down for a while, but it was some people who encouraged me, so therefore it's inspired me to encourage others. Good morning, Paisley. Good morning to you. Yes, we I've went through self-esteem issues, but it was stuff like this. I moved out here and started camping. We've been camping for over 3 years, living in a tent. But what it did for me out here in nature, it's actually allowed me to refocus my mind. And so now my business has gotten better. I got hired with the Texas Parks and Wildlife while I was out here and ended up into a supervisor position. And I travel to all of our state parks. We have about 90. I've been in this job for like 15, 16 months. And I've already been to 34 state parks and stayed at pretty much almost all of them for at least a night. Oh, hate to hear that. My son was out here too. And it's funny you said that. I talked to him this morning. And what we did was, because I was the same way. We out here to launch a bunch of cedars. We're out here to a lot of stuff that was tearing up my allergies year after year. I mean, my eyes could barely open, but I wasn't leaving because I knew this was a life-changing situation for me. So what I did was, I started consuming with my teas local honey. Now, there's some type of science behind this, and it was something you have to look up to verify. But it was something about the local honey from the bees in the area that does something for your allergies. And I can only speak for myself. Ever since then, I've been drinking this honey on a regular. I've been out here now for a year with and I say this confidently, no issues with the trees. The first 2 years was heck. And someone told me about this. And I thought it was just a sales tip because it was the honey producer that told me that. So I was like, yeah, I get it. Looked it up. Other people online said it worked for them. I tried it, and I can tell you, I've been out here so comfortable for the last year. How you doing, man? For the last couple of months I've been out here. I've been out here with peace. And I'm sure maybe some other things will be getting used to being out here. I'm not quite sure if allergies work that way, if you can get used to allergens. But I can say it's been a lot better out here since I've been on these local honeys. And so, yeah, we pray you feel better. But, like I was saying about, transformation, geez, I went from barely believing in myself to, leading a team with this Texas Parks and Wildlife and leading some things y'all see. I'll make an announcement, pretty big announcement. We just started walking, so as soon as I turned the live on, we had just got probably end up doing a mile. So it's not gonna be that long. I just want to keep our goal walking every day, weight loss. No matter what, we do some type of weight loss activity. For 2026, we started in 2025 in December because we didn't want to wait. Some things I had to stop doing. I had to encourage people to stop waiting and talking about it and just walking about it and being about it. And so that's one of the things that I push is you can say it all day, but even if it's not successful, get out there. Who would have thought that a guy from Florida in the country would be running a team of people in Texas? Who would have thought that? You know, if you went back home and talked to some of the people I graduated from high school with, a lot of things that I'm doing, they were like, Coy, but I didn't listen to that. I didn't let that turn me around. For a while I did learn. Let's not get down here and make myself sound like Tony Robbins for years. For a while I did. So I recently, got off the couch. I stayed at 10, so not technically a couch, but that's, it's an example. A lot of things been happening. No, I don't think we can go out there. I think it's for boat ramp people over. A lot of things been happening. We can go out and ramp that way. We got to turn around right on the sidewalk. And so, office-wise, I just got nominated for top entrepreneur in the southern sector of Dallas. My wife got, well, we're not running against you. Oh, I was just say, you're my competition and we're walking together? You finna walk back by yourself.
Same award, just the women's.
And so that shows that our dedication in community, and we can't be dedicated to work and then neglect our bodies, and that's the reason why we're out here. And we're gonna be successful and neglect your body. That's kind of not a good idea. I would rather, if I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna be on this planet a long time, I would rather be healthy doing that. So let me turn it around so y'all can see where we're at. Thank y'all for joining. I really appreciate y'all who've joined, even if just for a second. I really appreciate that. So we're back by the bathroom here. I'm gonna go get a shot of this sign right here so y'all can see where we are. I'm gonna stay on the path here. We try to stick to the leave no trace principles that most parks have. We want you to leave it, if not better than you found it, but at least leave it as close to the same as you found it. And that's the principles we used here at State Park. We might as well walk this way. And so I'm gonna show y'all the sign of where we are. It's here at Cedar Hill State Park. And we're here. And this is at the shoreline. So we call it Lake Shore Trail, but it's called Shoreline Trail. And so Shoreline Trail is a quarter of a mile. Oh yeah, it's a mile. So
1 mile. Yeah, we passed the mile mark right there.
So out here's a pretty beautiful park. This is where we're staying. Yeah, and then we do pin farm a lot. Sometimes I'll show y'all where my office is. My office is here in this area by, you can't really see that because it's dark, but this is Cedar Hill State Park. Very big park. It's one of Cedar Hill, Texas Parks and Wildlife most visited parks. And so, yes, so you can have parking, a lot of parking. We come out here, you ready? It's days we come out here. And so as you can see, we're close to a military reserve base. So when I was in the Marines in the reserves, I had a chance I learned a lesson that day, but I had a chance to get in one of those. Well, supposed to have a chance. He turned around, I never seen him do a quick turn like that. We had a chance to get in one of those, and it was a line of us, and there was only one more seat left. And one of the other Marines took off and jumped in there and took my seat. And the sergeant looked at me, he said, "That's what happened when you're not ready." I said, "Sergeant, I was ready," but he took my spot. And he actually wanted me to go chase the dude down. He actually wanted me to go chase the dude down and take him out my spot. But once again, not fighting for myself, I was like, Sarge, he can have it. And Sergeant looked at me like, that's going to follow you throughout the years. Not stand up for yourself. Yeah, we got water in the truck. In the van. We headed back that way. I drank a good amount before we left. So we're going to take this route back. I'm going to walk past this area up here. A lot of people don't even know that area is up there. It's a little private spot where I want to have some little sessions up there, encouraging people to live healthy lives. You know, a lot of times, and I say this on a lot of my videos, a lot of times we hear videos on how to make 6 figures, how to make 7 figures. And a lot of people think because they haven't got to that point yet, they're not successful, and they don't like to give themselves a pat on the back because they have a nice, successful 5-figure job. They have a nice, successful temporary part-time job, and they're working their way up. So I want to have some sessions out here, these private areas, to let some of these people know that you're doing great. We're excited. We're proud of you for the position. My daughter, I told her I was proud of her this morning. She left at 6 o'clock this morning from the DFW area to head to Tennessee to start her new position with the USDA. It's a $50,000 position straight out of college. We got some people who probably say, well, that ain't nothing, it's $50,000. For a young lady who just graduated from college, haven't even walked across the stage yet, and she's already starting her position. I'm praying that the USDA let her come back home so she can walk across the stage. But that's a huge accomplishment. And the way society goes today, because it's only $50,000, we have some people that will judge that. That is great for a young lady who came from a small city in Florida, moved to Texas, went up to Oklahoma to Langston on a full scholarship, was a part of the 1890 grant. So many people got political. We understand, makes sense. So they shut the program down, but I told my daughter, don't get on social media saying nothing. Stand by and wait, because it's going to come back. She was in place. She went up and did her internship. They flew her to Washington, D.C. She did an internship in, I know we're going. She did an internship in Tennessee, and the same state that she did her internship in, they hired her. When we first came out here, to be honest with you, coming from the city to change your life and start living in a tent, the first couple of nights hearing those coyotes out here with all that wailing, I ain't gonna lie now, y'all. I'm a tough Marine, former law enforcement, but I ain't gonna lie to you. Plenty of nights I had to hold myself instead of going to the bathroom, because I was thinking, man, there's coyotes out by the tent. The more I've been here, I've seen the coyotes we've been out here 3 years, seen the coyotes probably about 2 or 3 times, and realized
We've seen one bobcat.
we've seen one bobcat, and realized they're trying to avoid us way more than we're trying to avoid them. They're not giving us any problems, and I don't think they're the large coyotes as you would see in some of these other videos and some of the other state and federal parks. This state park is close to the city. You can't see it, but the city of Dallas is just beyond those hills there. And we've never had problems. To be honest with you, what you have to worry about out here is leaving your food out. And it's not even raccoons that you have the most problem with. It's them darn skunks. Who knew that skunks tear up in your trash and eat all your food up? Who knew that? I mean, like literally a whole family of skunks was taking our stuff. I got a video on my other YouTube channel with about like 10 skunks, following. It was like 8 skunks following their mother, so like 9 skunks. And it's like, what in the world And come to find out at night, you hear something crunkling around, and it's them again. And you could put it on a bag. We hang up our trash, and they trying to get it. Who knew that crows can open up chip bags and start stealing your chips and open up bread bags? When y'all start doing that? Yeah.
I had a squirrel steal a whole loaf of bread.
See, she had a squirrel steal a whole loaf of bread, y'all. This a new world. This the 2000 animals. They out here stealing. But other than that, to answer your question, no. Once I realized that nature is just right beside us, I created this thing called Nature All Around Me, which is basically that. You know, where we'll sleep, they're out doing their thing, trying to survive, eat. They're not no intentions. I stepped over a rattlesnake. I should be struck right now if that's a way to this. But it didn't even bite me. I was trying to relocate it at night, and I rolled it over on his back, and who knew, as a amateur trying to move it away from my family, small one, but indeed just as dangerous. And I rolled it over, and who realized that, hey, that pattern is not on the stomach, so I completely lost it. Looked at the video that I was recording because I thought it was so funny, didn't realize that it was between my 2 feet. And at any time, it could have got me, and it didn't. I'm not scared of the dark. I'm scared what's in the dark. Oh, no, I don't know. Some parks you would be justified. But I guarantee you, I tell you this, I would be more afraid with parks of people in some areas than I would of the animals. You know, I've stayed in some parts of Dallas that I would stay here any day. I've seen more happen in those neighborhoods in Dallas than I did here. We've stayed in neighborhoods where I actually prayed for a gentleman who had just got, you know, yeah, I don't say that in a lot of stuff. That man died. But anyways, he got shot in his chest, and I prayed for him as he took his last breath. I ain't never seen anything like that out here. And there's some people out here sometimes who get up in that water don't realize they don't know how to swim as well as they did. And they've gotten out here. I've never seen that. I've heard the stories about people, but I've never seen it. So since I've been out here for these 3 years, you know, we've had scorpions here and there. We've had tarantulas on the top of our tent. I wouldn't trade that for some areas that we have stayed. Our time in Dallas hadn't been so lucky. We've seen several people pass, not news, but that we saw personally. And so I say that, are those jets out here? No, that's the wind. You're actually hearing the wind that's coming off that lake. Yeah, I wish it was jets. So I can, this wind is tearing my lips up. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to be silent real soon and just let y'all enjoy the view. One thing I tell you, when you come out here state parks, especially now, that's the state park police. Some people think, oh, it's a ranger. No, that's the state park police. And the ones here, Cedar Hill, are great. They're nice, they're great people. Don't come to this week. You know, you have state parks have state park police, and they have game wardens. And they both have their full police officers. They're not security. It says police outside their trucks for a reason. And you know, a lot of people come out here with intentions of thinking, oh, you can't take me to jail. Okay, they're state police officers, commissioned police officers. Come out here, make sure you come out here right. They do their job. All right, we're almost back. We're gonna get out of this cold. Thank you for staying on. I appreciate you. Happy birthday to you. It's just an honor that you spent your birthday with us. Pretty soon alive together, we encourage each other. You may be way more healthy than me. I can't say that for right. You know, she is standing here. So you might be way healthier than both of us. But you might be the encouragement we need to keep going. Because some days I don't want to, like this morning, with it being so freezing and windy, I didn't want to do it, but I told her we have a no excuse policy. You know, we're going to get up. Because we have grandkids that I want to continue to beat racing, which my granddaughter, man, I don't know about that shit. I'm thinking I'll beat her running. That girl's still in, what's the second, third? Man, that girl's going to be crazy. And Grandpa don't usually lose no races. I think I've lost maybe 3 races since I've been on this planet for 53 years. And I raced that little girl trying to get back to the house. I had to pretend it off like Grandpa was, you know, just trying to get his breath. Nah, Grandpa lost that race. She ain't got to rub it in. I'm still your grandpa, baby. Don't rub it in on Pawpaw. Oh, so this was a nice walk. Actually, thank you for talking with us. I didn't even realize how far and how fast we got there. So this is amazing how we got there and back. For some of you walkers, y'all probably thinking, I didn't really do anything. Katrina will be 50 in September. But me, I'll be 54. And thank you so much. Yeah, we're almost at the end here. Beautiful view. And you see Katrina and I, we're coming towards the end. And yeah, yay for sure. Now I'm gonna have to keep myself from getting.
Oh, we talk about us, but we never talk about the things they have for the kids.
Oh yeah, they got a nice little area for the kids. If you come out to go do a swim, thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. They got a small area. This is not a huge area. I've been to some of the state parks where the kids area is a little bit bigger, a lot more to do. But the kids, my grandkids come out here, they love it. You can come out here and barbecue,
Sandcastles.
eat all this barbecue, and then you can talk around and walk and get healthy. You can't beat it. Healthy and unhealthy, all in the same park. So, please, anybody, please like and subscribe, share. I'm really trying to grow this page as a page of, you know, urban people who are now enjoying camp life voluntarily. We come out here voluntarily. Anytime we thought about work for the state parks now. So I wake up in the morning, get out of my tent, jump in the work truck, direct to my office, 8 hours, jump back in my truck, drive 5 minutes back to the tent. And that's 5 days a week. It's hard to beat that if you're a camp member like me. Yeah, you can't beat it. I get paid to teach people, and I get paid to work in the state park, and I get to camp here. Now I do pay to stay here. Full disclosure here, you can stay at state parks, but only for 14 days, and then you have to leave for 24 hours. So it's not like, that's probably the only downside that sometimes I don't like is we have to pack up on the 14-day, leave, go to my daughter's house, stay. Sometimes we used to do the hotel, and then we'll come back to 24 hours later, set back up. But other than that, this is the life, and I encourage you all to come out to the parks, even if this is 4 days. If you don't call me and say, hey, Coy, I'm in the park, let's do a hike together, or let's put some wood together. Put some wood together and start